Just a quick disclaimer. These are Jag's figures. Do your own due diligence. All right, Jag. So what we have here is we don't have the addresses here, but here are the zip codes in Jacksonville. You bought your first one. That was at 1031 from that co-op. You bought a house for, I need to make this a little bit bigger so I can read it, for $200,000 in cash. That was the 1031, right?
Yeah.
So total initial investment of
Oh,
201,500.
that's the other thing I forgot to say. Sorry, Pablo, that was one thing. So I reduced some complexity in my 1031 by just parking some cash in one property rather than going and buying more, because I thought that's where I lost a year with my PhD, because I thought I could come back and then take some of that cash out and rebuy, which is still what I'd like to do.
Tell me more about that. So this one you bought cash, the other two you financed because you thought you were trying to reduce complexity?
Yeah. So I just wanted to reduce the risk, right? So so now I'm looking at that 200K thinking it's all cash. I should really leverage it in some way.
Yeah. So what you're saying is if you could do it again, you may have bought 2 or 3 properties with that 200K.
At JWB, I should have done that.
At
You guys
JWB.
weren't forceful enough. It's all your fault. You owe me a house.
I should have started the show a year earlier. I'm sorry.
Right.
Cool. So that's an interesting take. Thanks, Jag. Thank you for that. And then in 2023, you came back and you bought 2 more properties with conventional loans of 178, 220, which a much lower down payment. Can you talk me? You said that was a second 1031 that you did?
Yeah. So that was the second 1031 I did. And there I really needed to balance the leverage and the total amount. So I liked my JWB experience, and honestly, 1031 exchanges, when you marry them with turnkey, it's like the perfect marriage. So I didn't have to think very much, and the JW team was really great in helping me figure it out.
Was that one of the other properties that you had bought with a 1031 from before, or was this another property that you acquired that you 1031'd into?
No, that was my PhD going bye-bye.
Oh, that was the no more of you guys messing with my money. I'm going to put this somewhere else kind of thing.
Oh my God, yes.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. All right. So this is it. So you've only had it for one house since November of 2021, and then 2 homes in late 2023, right? But already what you see is you've had $70,000 in home price appreciation. You've had $437 in principal pay down, $2,000 in saving, and $15,000 in rental income since you had bought that thing straight cash. In the first one, you have a high amount of rental income for a total profit of $87,000. Anything here stand out to you?
The home appreciation stands out. I know that the first property I bought with you appreciated pretty quickly, but this looks like the other 2 have already appreciated a little bit. Is that correct?
So Greg does these and he's away on spring break, but I would assume that first property probably appreciated more than you thought. And these other ones have appreciated a little bit too.
Yeah, I was amazed how much that first property appreciated.
I mean, you bought at a really, really good time, right? Like that just goes to show the whole, like, why now versus wait. Just the appreciation, when you put the appreciation that you saw in just like what is it, like 2 years? When you're talking about $200,000, right? Like 10% appreciation is $20,000.
Yep.
Right. So I think it went up like 20% the last couple of years, and now it's a little bit more normalized, but that equity really just moves quickly because percentages of such large numbers are large amounts, right? Oh. For sure. That's a great question. Finally, Jag, the thing that we like to show, the Pac-Man, right? This idea that, people make all these decisions weighing so much in cash flow. When you look at the total ROI that you've had thus far, even having a cash house, it's just this piece of the pie here in the darkest one. The other 2 are small slivers. But again, the Pac-Man is very, very present for you. And home price appreciation being the majority of returns is what we see over and over again for rental property investors that buy and hold. No matter how you look at it, it's always this idea of like, if you're in a growth market, then you're maximizing for the biggest piece of the pie. And you've done that really well by being here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, this is great. This is amazing.